Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we are solving a cool coding problem, minimum digit sum in an array. We will use two different Java solutions to solve this problem. We will break down the problem, code it and analyze its performance. Let's dive right in. You can find this problem over the LeetCode with name minimum element after replacement with digit sum. And this problem is described as you are given an integer array nums. You replace each element in nums with the sum of its digits. Return the minimum element in nums after all replacements. You can find this. Now let's try to understand what this problem statement is saying. According to this problem statement, we are given a nums array containing some integer type values. Suppose we have a nums array nums containing elements suppose 10, 12, 13 and 14. Now our task is to return the element among these values whose digit sum is minimum among all the given values. Now what does this mean? Suppose we go to the first value of this nums array, we can see it is 10. The sum of all the digits of this number is 1 plus 1 plus 0 is 1. Again we reach to the second number. The sum of this number will be 2 plus 1 3. Now to the next again third number. The sum of all the digits will be 4. Similarly, the sum of this number will be 5. 4 plus 1 5. Now we have to return this number, this 1, the minimum sum of digits among all the numbers. Now ignore the problem statement and suppose you are given the same array and you are asked to return the minimum element of that array. So can you think of a way how you can find the minimum element of this array? Yes, we can. Suppose we can initialize an integer variable min and can assign the first value of the array to this and move to the next value, get the value, compare with this minimum value. Here it is 10 and here it is 12. Now if this value is smaller, change the value of minimum, or in else condition remove the minimum value same. So here 10 is smaller than 12, we will leave it and we will move to this value. Now here we can see it is 13. We will compare it with the minimum value. The minimum value is again 10. We will leave this value, move to the next value. Here the value is 14. Compare it with the minimum value. The minimum value is again smaller than the value at this pointer. So in this way we can find the minimum of the array. But our problem statement is asking to find the minimum value whose digit sum is minimum. So now can you think of any way? Yes, we can solve this problem also. Now suppose, wait a second, I am removing this thing. Now suppose the same array is given, we have nothing else given and we have to find the minimum value whose digit sum is minimum. So firstly we will initialize an integer variable min, and now we will start to iterate from this array. We will reach to the first position, which is 10. Now can we get the sum of all the digits of this number anyhow? Yes, we can declare a function and pass this value to that function and it can return the value of all the digits. Suppose we initialize or we declare a function d which will take this number from us and it will return the sum of all the digits. So when we pass this first number to this digit function, it will take and it will return us 1 plus 0 1. So we will assign that value to the minimum. Here minimum 1 will come. Now move to the next value. Here we are having 12. Again pass this 12 to this same function when we will pass this 12 to this function, here 12 will come. This function will analyze this number and will return us the sum of all the digits of this number. The sum of all the digits of this number is 2 plus 1 3. Compare this returned value with the minimum value. The minimum value is 1 here, and we are getting 3 as the output of this function. So we can see 3 is greater than 1. So again the minimum is 1. So minimum will remain same in this condition. Move to the third value, take this value, pass this value to the function. This function will analyze this number, analyze its digits, its digits, and will return the sum of its digits. The sum of this digits of this number will be 4. 3 plus 1 4. Compare this returned value, the output of this function, with the minimum value. Minimum value is 1 here, and the value is 4. So we can see 1 is minimum, so minimum value will remain same again. Now move to the next value. The next value is 14. Pass this value to this function. This will return the sum of its digits. The sum of digits of 14 will be 5. Compare this with minimum value. The minimum is 1. So minimum is 1 and the return value is 5. So minimum will remain same again. And this in last we can return this value minimum. So finally we can see that we are getting the output of this problem. So we can solve this problem in this way. So let's try to code this out. In the first line we will create an integer variable min element and will assign a very large value to it. Suppose we are assigning here integer dot max value, and we will get each value of the nums array from nums, and will pass this value to find the sum of digit using another function which we will define out of this function. Suppose we are giving the name of that function sum of digits, and we will pass this num to this function, and we will check if sum which will be returned by this function is smaller than min element. Min element is the value which we have assigned initially, and if it is smaller than assigned value, then min element value will be updated with that value. Min element will become sum, and finally we have to return min element value. Now we have to create the function. For creating the function, we will use private int sum of digits, and it will take an integer value. Suppose we are giving it int num. Now we are assigning the sum as 0, and we will start a while loop. This while loop will run till the number will not become equals to 0. The sum will get updated with the remainder of this number using this formula, and the number will remove its last digit by dividing it by 10, and this will return the sum. So let's try to run this out. Yes, this solution is perfect and we can submit it. The time complexity for this code will be O of n cross m, and the space complexity for this will be O of 1, because we are not using any extra space. Now let's move to another solution for the same problem. So let's erase it all. Now suppose again the same array is given. Nums array is containing the elements 10, 12, 13 and 14. In this approach, we will take the value from the array will pass to this value to the function to find the sum of digits, and the value returned by that function, we can use that value to replace this value. Suppose we are assigning here a function d which will take the num's value integer and will return the output of the digits. So we will start to iterate from the starting position of the nums array. At the 0th index we will get 10. We will pass this 10 value to this function. Here the 10, it will return the sum of its digits. The sum returned by this function will be 1, because 1 plus 0 is 1. So we will now update this value in num's value with the output of this function. So this 10 at this position will become 1. We will move to the next value. Here it is 12. We'll pass this value to this function. This function will return the sum of its digits. The sum of its digits will be 2 plus 1, 3. Now we will update this value at num's first index with this value. So this 12 will now become 3. Now we will move to the next value. Here 13. Pass this value to the defined function. This will return the output sum of its digits. 3 plus 1, 4. So update this 13 with 4. Now move to the next value. This is 14. Pass this 14 to this function. It will return the value of its sum of its digits. The sum of digits of 14 will be 5. Update this 14 with 5. So basically now the array will become like so now the array will become 1, 3, 4, 5, and now we can iterate from the starting position of this array and move to the last position and can find the minimum value of this array. So now to code for this problem, here I have created a function which will be a private integer type which will return the digit sum. So I am naming it as same digit sum, and it will take an integer variable. I am assigning int sum is equals to 0, which it have to return, and will run a while loop which will run till the num does not become equals to 0. And now sum will be updated with the remainder of num, and number will be divided by 10 at each step, and this will return the sum. Now coming to the main code. In this we have to iterate for each value of the nums array. So we are basically assigning a for loop which will start from the 0th index, and it will run till the nums dot length, and each step I will be updated, and now nums I will be passed to digit dot digit sum. In this for loop, each value from the nums array is coming, and this value is going to this function, and this function will return the sum of its digits. So now we are assigning a variable int min which will store the first value of the nums array at the 0th index. Now we are starting a for loop which will take the each and every value of nums array, and if that value is smaller than the minimum value will get updated with that value only, or else the minimum value will remain sum, and finally we have to return the minimum value. So let's try to run this out. Here you can see our code is running perfectly, so we can submit this code. The time complexity for this problem will be O of n cross m, and the space complexity will be big O of 1. If this helped you, make sure to hit that like button. And if you have a different solution, drop it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more coding contents like this. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep coding smart.